Hello and welcome. For education referential purposes, let's play the replay mode on code CPC Capricorn. Trying to buy low and sell high. We are back in time to 2015. Over 2 years ago, price action in at 30,555 satoshi at this current level. A massive differential within the bid-ask ratio of 51.92 and 45.77, or it's down a lot. But you don't know where the market's going to be going at this time. You know how to buy and sell? Well, let's assume you start off and we'll be buying at 30,555 satoshi. How I've got this set up is a little spreadsheet, starting bankroll and some data, where I can put in my buys in here and sells in here. Therefore, when you start any code, you must start by buying. And what I want to do is I want to buy less but close to a Bitcoin, maybe even up to a quarter of such. So the price at the time was 30,055. Let me just get that screen back, and then there we go. If you were to buy 1,000 of them, that would cost you 0.3. You want to leave buying power back. So 800, that seems good enough. So now you're in the ball game with 800 tokens or coins. So therefore, maybe you want to decide, okay, let's sell maybe 200 of them. If the price goes to 44,950, sell and then sell another 200 if it goes to 59,950. And if it goes higher than that one, we'll look later for what to do. And on a price drop, we'll look to the 20,000 number. So we'll do 20,001, and we'll buy 0.1 Bitcoin worth approximately. So therefore, nothing is going to happen until price action either goes to 45,000 or 20,000. Let's play the tape. And there's one of those Pierce moves. I haven't looked at this in advance. I mean, I know where it's going to go up and down, so I know that feature. But these things happen in the game, and that's why you want to have your sell orders in. This is a 46,000 high, and I had no idea it was going to be that number. But I had a sell order for 200 at 44,950. So at this stage in the game, we can see I got 8.9% Bitcoin back. I already had a sell order in for 59.50, so you can put one in for 74,950 as well, but another buy order in. Already had one in for 20,000. But in a situation like this, you come in, you see the price, you just buy it back at current level. So 31,184, we'll say. You're going to buy it back. Now, generally speaking, I like to buy a little more than I sold because it's cheaper. I got 200 for 8.9. If I just do like 225, I can see it's 7.0. But let's do a little more, but enough where I get, yeah, there we go. So I have a bit of Bitcoin profit and a few cheap shares or tokens along the way. So therefore, what I can do in here at any time, I can put the last trade in. But for now, you put your sell order back in for where you did before. So I'd sell another 200 at 44,950. And everything is as it was. You're waiting for 20,000 or you're waiting for 45 again. And this one even went up to, see, there's where our 75 it missed. So the 40 4950 got hit again. So there we go. We can cross that off on the list. And in this case, last time it was able to be a buyback quickly. In here, unless you had your buy order set at the 35, but for what it's worth, I'm going to go and say, because of this heavy congestion area, 31,500. So 31.5, and I want to sell for, what did I, or buy for rather. I sold for 2, so buy for about 250. So at this situation, I'd be looking to buy back again at 31. Now I'm going to reduce the sell order in here to 68. Actually, I had a 59. No, I did have a 59. I got that on my notes, a 59,950. So that would sell too then. I'll have to adjust to that. But the 74 would get changed. Now, as far as the amount of tokens that would be held, 450. I definitely think 200 sellable for another higher price. So therefore, 74.95, I'm going to reduce, change it to 99,950 for 200. So I'm going to be waiting for price action to go up to 99. Now for this SPY, at the 55, you would be thinking, what's my first, I got buyback in at 31,500. So 40,000, which would already been bought back. So we'll just buy back at 40,000 because that's a realistic spot where one may be buying back. After all, you don't know what's going to tank. And if so 40,000, what did we sell before? We sold 200 for 11.9. We see at 250 for 10.0, that's a profit of 1.9, a gain of 50. That most certainly would work out, which gives us selling room again to sell at about 675. So the selling is at 675 and 999. And the buyback is at 31,000. So 31,000 buy, 67,000 sell. Okay, 67 sold, the high of 99 didn't hit. So a 67.5 sale. Which leaves just 500 tokens. Definitely another selling opportunity left because you're not out yet. And in cash, there's one cash right in this. As far as the last trade was concerned, we see it was in at 67.5. So let me just put in. So the portfolio completely would be giving you a gain of 1.34. That'd be pretty nice. Anyway, so that last sale would require a buyback. Now this goes all the way down to 28,000. I already had 250 in for 31.5. But let's get realistic here. After selling at 67.5, I'm going to be looking to buy back at about 40 again. I probably would have got the 40 number. I would have bought 250 again, we'll say. So that gives you some accumulation of the tokens, up to 1,000 of them. We can see that the average buy is 33,000 satoshi, 54,000 for the sale. That's always how this is going to work, or usually. And now after those buys, question is, where do you want to sell? You could say, okay, maybe a little bit more at about 64,000, we'll say 64,950. Say sell 225 now that we're accumulating more. And then the 99,950 will increase to sell, instead of 200, sell 225. No need to buy unless it goes down to 20. So you'd have maybe a buy order. So buy at 20. And at that amount, you'd buy maybe a tenth, 0.1 Bitcoin. And I'm writing this on notes for myself. And this is good practice to be doing, I think, as well. So then, waiting for the price action to go down to 20,000 Satoshi or up to 65,000. Okay, well, there's 20,000 Satoshi. And let's put a buy in. Price, it's going to be looking like 250 to buy. If we're looking to 500, we can buy. There's 10% of a Bitcoin. Lots of selling power left. So the 225s, I'm going to increase up to 250. So I'm going to try to sell everything in lots of 250 now. The buy at 20 means you'd want to sell probably, we'll say 39,000. So 39,950 to sell 250, buy back again, not till 10,000. And we'll do another, say, 0.1 at 10K. So 10K or about 40K is next. Okay. Got a little out of control here, which is what happens when these things go off. I can see I got a 40, a 65, and a 99 sell order in. And I'll take all of those sell orders in the price actions at 145. So I'd probably be selling some more again. So let's enter in all of these sells. And I sold everything to 250 lots now. So the first sale comes in at 39,950. And then again at 64,950. And the last one I got is 99,950. And this would mean still having 750 tokens, which isn't that bad. Your starting bankroll is 1 Bitcoin. At this time, you would have 1.24 Bitcoins in your bank. You would have 750 coins, and your portfolio would be worth over 2 Bitcoin. 2,300 buys, costing you 0.7 for an average cost of 30,561. 1,550 sells for a net return of 0.94 Bitcoin for an average sale of 60,933. Okay. So those are some statistics. Now we see at 145,782. So I think we can unload another 250 as well at that price. When you have a situation when things go way up with these codes, you really want to get greedy and not buy back until it goes way down. So in a situation like this, if you want to be real, you really don't want to sell until, well, with that last sell order, you would have left yourself at 500. Now you can reduce the sells to like 150 and 200 when the price goes way up because they're worth so much, which is what I would do in a situation like this. So I'm going to sell, say, 150 lots, put another order in, say, at about 199K, sell 150 at 299K, and then another 150 at 499K. As far as buybacks, though, like I stated, you don't want to be buying until, well, in this situation, you could see key resistance, because even I run the 70,000 gap up to 88. That's the lowest, or the highest rather, is 90,000. So that will be my lowest, my highest buy order. So therefore, 90,000 will buy, say, 300. Or 250 even. Yeah, 300. That's because that will profit take you both coins and Bitcoin. And then 60,000, we'll just do 90,100, 60,100. You say buy 400. Actually, 50,000 even. I'm just looking at my sales. I got 99 and 64. So in the 64, I want to buy that. And even, yeah, so we'll do 90, 50. And I would probably look at again at about 30. Buy 500 there. At 30, basically 90,000, 50,000, and 30,000, I'd be a buyer. And a seller at 200, 300, and 500,000. Wow. 200 sells, 300 sells, and 500 sells. Profit taking, this is one big reason why it is very important. At this stage, there would only be 50 tokens left. What you would do here, but probably put this seller around $1 million and sell out. That's probably what I would do. I mean, moves like this are obviously crazy, but if the last sell order was $4.99, maybe look to buy back at around 167, which I know is obviously going to hit. So 167 hits. And of course, from what was sold, 150 was sold at 500. So you could easily buy double than that because you're buying for more than 50% off. This gives you selling power, really. So now in a situation like this, you can put a sell order in for like 375. I would maybe put one, because I bought 300, I'm going to say maybe put a sell order in like 100 for like 399, 100 for 799, or 699 even, and then 100 for 999. Where would I buy back? The 100 number, and probably pretty big. Last time we bought 300. So you're probably looking to buy 500. So 500 at 100, or sell at 400. Did this low make it? It did. The low was 95. So let's put the buy order in, which then gives you selling opportunities again. And in this case, at 195.904, you might as well sell some of it right now. Maybe 150. And then you could put your buy order back in to buy 200 more at 100. And then maybe put another sell order in at, say, 299 even, for 150. So 100,000 or 300,000. And there's another 100,000 hit. So after selling 150, you basically buy 200 of them back easy. And you can do the same thing again as far as, say, selling at 200. So 199. Buy back at like 50. So buy at 50, sell at 200. This wasn't that close. 55, nope. 50,108. Nope. I'm doing 50,100, so I can't count that. I can count some of those though. 50,100. So that would be for about, let's say 250. And at 28,660, you might as well buy another 250 more. I'm just looking here. I have 100 to buy at. I'm just looking at some of these orders here. I got 100 at 399. That's 399,000. So we'll just buy here, 28,660. Sorry for any small confusion there. So there's another buy order in. Okay, so the portfolio would be worth 2.38. You have 1.98 Bitcoins already cashed. This is the whole reason why profit taking is so important. If this thing goes to nothing, then you're doing fine. You can see your average buys. You've paid a little over 2 Bitcoins to buy it. You've gotten a little over 3 to sell, and you've sold a lot more. That's because when you got a buy average differential like this, the net stats are going to come in tuition for such. Okay then, so with the 28,000 buy, you might as well maybe sell at 49K. So we'll just restructure the sell orders based on the fact that you have 1,400. So we'll sell 200 at, say, 49. You would sell 200 at, say, 69. Again, 200 at 89. That's 600, so that leaves you with 800 more. So now you can bring them down maybe 150, and I won't do any more for the upside at the 120K. But for your next buyback, the last was 20,000, so let's buy back at, say, it's pretty close to the 20 number. Of course, I was thinking this is where you would buy back anyway. The previous low area is like 18,000, so instead of buying at 20, let's do 18K, and even 10K is where you would buy if it goes even deeper than that. So we're selling at 49K, probably hit here. Yeah, 49,242. But I've been doing 49,990 though. So I'm not going to count it. But it did hit there. So now we can try to buy that one back. Maybe with the buy order at 18 and 10, maybe you'll look to try to go around 25K. Buy back at 25. So we're either going to 70K or 25K next. There's the 75K sale. So you want to get that one back. And with 25K in order already, you're looking at about, say, this little area around 36,000. So you're going to buy at 36, sell at 89. And it's not loading. There we go. Didn't really do much. Looks like the 36 might have hit here though. 36,001. I'm going to count that. All right, so 36 was in for the sale. That means we can put the sell back in at 69,000. Look to sell at 69 or buy at 25. And this though is in at 25,000, so that's a good hit. So with the 25,000 sale, that means you can put in, say, a 59,000 sell order. So it's either going to 18,000 or 59,000. Not quite 18 here. There's some 18,000 action right there. So 18,000 buy. And the buy orders at this stage are going to have to go higher because the price of them becomes cheaper. So therefore 10,000 is what I got for a buy order. 59 and 69 were in play. Let's go to 45,000 to sell. So selling at 45, buying at 10. And by selling at 45,000, you miss out on this opportunity here. But the gains you get by going for the big scores are huge. So there's a 10,000 buy. So with the 10,000 in order, you almost got to go 7,500 and 5,000. Maybe up your orders to like 750 on the next one and 1,000 for the amount that you'd be buying. The sell order that you put in for the next one, you'd be looking at about this area here. So we'll even do like the 20,000 handles. So you have like 19K. I'm going to reduce the 45K to 39K. So I'm looking at a sell order of around 20,000, 40,000, 60,000, and 70,000. Buy order in at 7,500. And this doesn't quite go up to the 20K mark, but that did. That goes up to 28. So there's a 19,000 sale. And with the 20,000 sale, you'd be looking to buy that back at 10,000. So now the sale is in at 40,000 or 10,000 next. And did this hit the 10 number? It sure did. 10,000 even was that. So now 400 I think you're going to be buying again. So same thing, put the sell order in for the 1900 or the 75 would be next. And we can see that on this 10 that 19 would hit. So then 40,000 or buy back at 10,000. And here's a situation in real time where months and months and months are going by and you're not making a single trade. That'll happen frequently. There's your 10,000 buy. Which means, again, you can sell that at the 19 number, buying at 75. And it goes all the way up to 28, which is the only one we can sell because the next order after that's at the 39. So by the time you're buying 500, we should be selling 300 by now at this stage. But you notice you're selling more than you buy. That's fine. You can play whichever strategy. Sometimes you want to sell even more, but when extreme prices is where you want to liquidate big time. But this thing has been going down, and statistically speaking, there's over 2 Bitcoins already in your bankroll for something that's been going down. And so most of your assets in this is already cashed out for sales. So therefore, again, we'll be buying at 10,000, selling at 40. And there's your 10,000 buy. So I'll buy a little bit more. Again, sell it at 20, buy at 75. Okay. And I even said 5,000, but we're not quite there. And with the 75, you'd be looking to sell this one at, say, 12,500. But the 5,000 buy would come in. So you buy 1,000 of them. After all, they're very cheap to buy now. And with that sale order, you'd be looking, okay, well, maybe now I'm going to be selling this around 9,000. Where do I want to buy next? Maybe 3,000 or 2,500. But there's no more time to go because we've already reached to the current time frame. So therefore, they're within this trading, and wow for watching all of this, 20 buys, 17 sales, starting with 1 Bitcoin in your bankroll, having 1.879 Bitcoin held in orders and in Bitcoins. Not much of it is in orders because the bank bet sizes didn't really go up too much. That's something else you can try doing in these simulations, or I could be doing in simulations, is you started off with a base 800 buy and then selling around and buying around the 200s. Yet these numbers could have went to like 500 and 800 because of owning so many Bitcoins. You take some profits and you just splurge, you put in a 0.2 or something because you can afford to do so. None of that type of aggressive play was ever allocated. Just a small amount of increasing when the profits were there. With this, there was the buys 8,350 coins bought. So as you can see, 4,750 in trade. Let me put the current price in here so that the actual, what you've been gaining or what you're holding right now, which would be 0.23, is nothing compared to 1.87 as far as your crypto coin trades. But this is a situation where you buy at 31,000 and you sell at 97,000. And you can practically do this with any code that has these major kind of movements. Big up moves, big down moves. That's really what the whole point of it is to try to capture on such. So thank you for tuning in and take care.